Happy Sunday afternoon, everyone. It's Weather United here, and it's an honor for me to present you all a big weather pattern change that is coming across the northern tier of the United States and also for the Midwest for this coming week. If you like detailed weather updates, smash the subscribe button and the notification bell so you don't miss any of my updates. Welcome back, everyone. It's Weather United, and here's a look at the European model for this evening. 18 hours from now, and we can see literally what we got going on. We got some cooler air if you're in the eastern half of the United States, and also if you're in the northeast, we have temperatures there that could be 5 to 15 degrees below average, but elsewhere pretty warm. Temperatures are above average. Welcome back to Weather United, everyone. Here's a look at the European model as far as your temperature forecast goes with those anomalies. Are you going to see temperatures above average? When is that cold Arctic air going to be slamming in across the northern tier of the United States and also for the Midwest? So this is pretty much in the next 6 to 12 hours here for Sunday night, and we can see what is going to be going on with temperatures that are going to be 5 to 15 degrees below average across the Great Lakes and the extreme northeast, including much of the eastern seaboard, with above average temperatures that are anticipated for much of the overnight hours for the northern tier. But don't let that fool you, because temperatures, there's changes coming. So let's fast forward this. And there's the changes. So by, say, Wednesday afternoon into Wednesday evening, October the 5th and the 6th, we can see those temperatures are going to be dropping. Temperatures are going to be below average for, say, Nova Scotia, but mainly for Manitoba, for Saskatchewan, Canada, as well as portions of, say, Quebec, Canada, and Ontario going to see temperatures dropping. And then this is where the big surge of cold air comes in. By Friday, wow, everyone's going to have temperatures below average all the way from Wyoming into the desert southwest, points east, northeast, into the Great Lakes. In the extreme northeast, we're going to have temperatures anywhere between 10 to 20 degrees below average, with some areas there like the Rockies that could have temperatures nearing about 10 or maybe 20 to maybe 30 degrees below average. So much cooler air is coming your way. So keep that in mind. And this continues all the way until Saturday and Sunday. Tennessee, Kentucky, perhaps West Virginia could have temperatures nearing maybe 15 to 20 degrees below average. So much colder than average, like daytime highs for your area. For Quebec, Canada, you're going to see temperatures anywhere between, say, 4 to 8 degrees below average, while much of the east or western half of the U.S. and much of northern Canada will retreat those temperatures. We're going to warm it back up to above average for the latter part of next weekend. That's October the 8th for a lot of you. All right, and then this continues all the way into Monday. So let's take a look here at your air temperature forecast, because yes, there are changes. We know it's going to be warm all the way through the next several days, right? So we're just going to fast forward this. It is not until we go into, say, Wednesday when that cold air, that cold Arctic Canadian air surges southward. And you'll see this here in the modeling on the European. So by Wednesday afternoon here on October the 5th, we can see that this cold air is going to be sliding southward. So you're going to have temperatures during the day here through, say, Wednesday and even maybe into Thursday with low to upper 60s, perhaps maybe even some low 70s out there. But it's all going to change. Wait until you see this cold air. I mean, you're going from, say, 70s one day, actually on Wednesday, to seeing temperatures probably in the upper 40s on Thursday. So much cooler air coming in out of the north. All thanks to that Arctic Canadian high that's going to be sliding further south. And that's going to help bring in some drier air and some much colder air. And you all are probably waiting for this and are excited to give your ACs a bit of a break. And look at this. By early Friday morning, you're going to start off temperatures in the 20s in some areas, so way below average for this time of the year in early October. And you're not going to warm it up very much. Possibly some upper 40s to low 50s in many areas. of the exception if you are in the deep south and also across California. You're going to have temperatures probably in the mid to upper 90s, really warm for this time of the year, and upper 80s across the deep south. And that cooler air will stick around all the way into Sunday, with temperatures finally rebounding, but not by much at all. Some upper 50s really all the way into the next weekend of October 8th and the 9th. So looking at why this pattern is going to be so much cooler is we got to blame it on the jet stream at 500 millibars. This is our 500 millibar geopotential height anomaly. So this is, in other words, of looking at the topographical map of the atmosphere. Areas with higher heights than normal indicate above average temperatures, with areas with lower than average heights with temperatures being below average. Okay, so again, the height map kind of corresponds to those temperatures, not always, but most of the time. So we can see how this trough right here over Canada drops southward. Take note of this little pinch with the jet stream, very positively tilted trough, and that's going to allow a lot of subsidence on the backside of this trough. So high pressure, colder, dense air settles in, and that's why you're going to be feeling much cooler than average in the lee side of this trough. Even so, you have above average heights at the surface, temperatures will be well below average. And this pattern continues, and look at this trough moving across the northeast by next weekend, October the 8th and the 9th, bringing in some much needed cooling. While back west, this ridge is going to stay in place. Quiet, warm, and dry weather will prevail with plenty of sunshine, while maybe some bumpy weather there in Tennessee. As far as those 6 to 10 day temperature anomaly outlook goes from the Climate Prediction Center, these are chances of above or below average, so this does not guarantee intensity necessarily. And so for the eastern half of the U.S., so from like say Missouri into portions there of Louisiana and Wisconsin points to the east, you're going to have leaning below to likely below average temperature chances. Especially for eastern Tennessee, you have a likelihood of below average temperatures, while say in the northeast you have even a higher chance, nearing 80% of that occurring. However, back west, it's going to be above average for sure, likely above, all the way up to 90% of that occurring possibly. 8 to 14 day outlook with temperatures, you can see above average back west and even in the Midwest, with still below average temperatures across Tennessee, the Great Lakes, and points east into the Northeast, where you have a leaning below to likely below chance of seeing those temperatures that are going to be below average. As far as your precipitation goes, very dry and cool, of course, for Tennessee, for, say, if you're in the Great Lakes and also across the Pacific Northwest and the northern tier of the United States, you have a pretty substantial chance, nearly a 60% chance for precipitation to be below average, running from October 8th through the 12th, with a likelihood of above average precipitation there for the desert Southwest, especially for Tucson, Arizona, and for southern New Mexico. This continues to 8 to 14 day with those precipitation anomalies being below average, especially for the northern tier of the United States, for the eastern seaboard, with somewhat leaning above average chances for rainfall or snowfall for the desert Southwest. Not that there's going to be snow, but if in the higher elevations, it may fall as a little bit of a rain-snow mix if there's enough cool air with that. Not to mention, Alaska is going to be leaning above average as far as those precipitation chances go, and Florida near normal. If you found this weather information very helpful, make sure you smash the subscribe button and the notification bell so you don't miss any of my future updates. But anyways, I will see you in the next one. Peace!